everyone, my name is Jacqueline Walliser, and I want to thank you for joining me today for this next video in the educational video series that I am doing on legal planning tools for you and your family. My goal in doing this video series is to educate the general public and to fill an education gap in regards to these legal planning tools, because these tools really can avoid some big messes for your family if you know about them beforehand and plan for them. So the past few videos, we've been talking about healthcare, who can make healthcare decisions for you, and what healthcare decisions should be made. But in today's video, we're going to shift gears a little bit and start talking about legal and financial decisions. So it is extremely important that when you become incapacitated, incompetent, or even just out of the country, that you have someone designated as your agent to make legal and financial decisions for you. So you can Google General Durable Power of Attorney and have some sort of form pop up that you could print off and fill out and think you're all set. Now, this is not necessarily true across the board, but I see some common problems with these types of General Durable Power of Attorneys. The first problem that I see is that they're often too powerful. So let's say today I gave you a debit card. It has your name on it, but it has my account information on it. But I told you this was only for emergencies, or you could only spend up to $200. But what could you really do with that debit card? Some of you may be inclined to say that that person could take everything from me. The truth is, they could only take what's in that bank account, but a lot of times with these General Durable Power of Attorneys that you can pull up on the internet, your agent truly can take everything from you. So they're often too powerful. Yet, they're oftentimes not powerful enough. So this power of attorney that you may pull up on the internet will give the agent that you designate the power to act for you while you are well. But oftentimes, it ceases to give them that power once you become incapacitated or incompetent, which is super unfortunate, because that's why most people get these documents, is because they want to make sure that they have an agent that can make legal and financial decisions for them if they can't make them for themselves. Now, this can apply in a plethora of situations. Anyone over the age of 18 truly needs this. So let's say that I have an 18-year-old son who is in college. He has an apartment of his own with a roommate, and he pays for his own cable. But unfortunately, my son's in a pretty bad car wreck, and he's not going to be living in that apartment for several months. So let's say that I call up his cable company and ask them to cancel his cable since he's not going to be there. What do you think they're going to say to me? They're going to tell me that I can't do that. I can't make that decision for my son because I don't have the power to do that. He's legally an adult and only he can do that. Now, if I had a General Durable Power of Attorney where my son had designated me as his agent, then I could talk to his cable company. Or let's say that you are in your 40s and you and your spouse decide to take a long trip across the country, or maybe over to the UK for some reason, just some leisure time. And while you're there, there's a big crisis at home. Maybe your bank account, there was fraud or something along those lines, and you need someone that can go and talk to the bank at home about what's going on. But if you sent your child to go talk to the banker about this fraudulent situation, the banker would not be able to talk to your child. They couldn't even tell your child the balance of your account because your child is not your agent. They're not on your account. They don't legally have the right to know that information. And of course, finally, this always applies in the situation where you have elderly parents that have Alzheimer's or dementia. And the problem is, once they have that Alzheimer or dementia, they can no longer sign a General Durable Power of Attorney, giving you the power as their agent to make legal and financial decisions for themselves, because there's a required mental capacity that they have to be able to even grant someone these powers. So once there's such a formal diagnosis like Alzheimer's or dementia, they no longer have the legal capacity to grant anyone else the power to do those things for themselves. So it's really important that you have these, because otherwise you can end up in a pretty awful stalemate situation where you have bills that need to be paid. maybe communications that need to occur with the bank or the insurance company. But without you formally granting someone as your agent the power to do that through a general durable power of attorney, the bank or the insurance company or the cable company or wherever is not going to talk to the person that you've asked to talk to them. Now, of course, everyone's situation is a little bit different, and your state laws may be different than other state laws, as every state is a little bit different. So you should seek your own legal advice on these matters. So as you've noticed, I've talked about these first few videos about giving someone these powers, whether that be healthcare or legal and financial. But I haven't talked about what happens if you don't have these things. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking about what does it look like if you don't have these things and then you become incapacitated or incompetent. So I hope you will join me for the next video that I will post in 2 weeks. If you have been enjoying this video content, please subscribe below for our monthly free newsletter where we're going to be discussing exclusive content and getting into more detail about these matters. I hope you now have a better understanding of this legal planning tool and that you are better able to provide for and protect your family. Thank you.